Welcome you all for the tutorial session on this module. So this is a second tutorial session that we are doing on this module. So here in this session, let us see the different kinds of problems which we can come across in the bilinear transformation. So different types of problems we can see here. So look at the first problem. Find the bilinear transformation which maps z1 is equal to 1, z2 is 0, z3 is 1 onto the points w1 is 0, w2 is I and w3 is 3I. So let us find the bilinear transformation of this. So it is given that z1 is equal to 1, z2 is 0, z3 is 1 and w1 is 0, w2 is I and w3 is equal to 3I. So as usual, consider your formula for bilinear transformation, just w minus w1 into w2 minus w3 by w1 minus w2 into w3 minus w. So on the other side we have z into z1, z minus z1 into z2 minus z3 by z1 minus z2 into z3 minus z. Let us substitute. W1 is 0. So W1 is 0. W2 is I. W2 is I. And W3 is 3I. And denominator also we have substituted the same terms. So here 0 minus 1 is minus 1. So minus comes out. Here also minus 1 minus 0 is minus 1. So that minus is there as it is. And here W, I minus 3I is minus 2I minus I into 3I minus W. So as I already told you, there is nothing like you have to simplify only in this way, that you can do it in your own way. Ultimately, our aim is to get W in terms of Z. So when we further simplify, this is what the expression we get. Cross multiply them and try to group the W and Z terms separately. So here 2W, 2WZ, 3I into Z minus W minus 3I into 1, W into Z and W into 1. So 3W minus WZ, this WZ we are taking it towards this side. So we get, and this W can be taken towards this side, so it becomes plus W and that is 3W and WZ. This 2WZ, W into Z, and this when we take towards this side positive, so it gives WZ. 3IZ minus 3I is there as it is. So take out W as a common term, we get 3 minus Z and here 3IZ plus 3I. W is equal to 3IZ plus 3I and divided by Z minus Z plus 3. So this is the required bilinear transformation. So let us see another example. Find the bilinear transformation which maps the points Z is equal to infinity. That is a speciality here. If there is a point, if you have an finite elements, it is good for us to find the bilinear transformation. Here Z is having an infinity as in one of the point, I and 0, and W points are minus 1, minus I and 1, and it is also asked us to find the fixed points, that is the invariant points. So take our points given, Z1 is infinity, Z2 is I, Z3 is 0. Similarly, W1 is minus 1, W2 is minus I and W3 is equal to 1. So write the formula. You have to write the formula. There will be a marks allotted for it. So you cannot skip this step. So writing the formula is must. So once after writing the formula, let us substitute. So before substituting, so try to imagine that if I substitute Z1 value here. So if I substitute Z1 is equal to infinity, infinity multiplied to anything is infinity, and infinity divided by anything is going to be infinity. We doesn't know exactly what exactly the infinity is. So the entire term is going to be infinity, and this ratio is equal to infinity is something meaningless. So in order to avoid this uncertainty here, what we have done is the term which is causing the problem here is this Z1. So we will try to eliminate the Z1. How do we do it? We can take Z1 as a common term. If we do so, here we get Z by Z1 and this is going to be 1. This is going to be 1. And in the denominator, I can take out this Z1 outside. So here we have 1 minus Z2 by Z1. So this is how we can do it. So what will happen here is, so by that we can cancel this Z1 and Z1 directly, so that infinity by infinity term can be eliminated. So what has happened because of that is, when we substitute the given terms now, imagine this Z is as it is, Z1 is infinity is being given, I can substitute it here. Again Z1 here is infinity. So anything divided by infinity is 0. We know that 1 by infinity is always 0. So the entire term becomes 0. This term also becomes 0. So having 0 is good than having an uncertain problem. So our indeterminate form. So that is why we have done the small modification of removing or eliminating the term which causes the difficulty here. So that is what has been done. So now let us go for further simplification, which is as usual. The other side of one side of the equation, w1 into w plus 1 into I plus 1 by 1 minus w into I minus 1, which is there as it is. And here we have got minus I by minus that. Minus and minus can be cancelled. So cross multiply it. So this that can be multiplied here and this can be multiplied to this. And then simplify further. So we'll multiply wi into z, then w into z, then I into z, and minus I into z. So similarly on the other side also we can multiply and group the terms. So grouping the terms, take out a w as a common term. We get I plus 1 into z into I plus 1. On the other side also we can do the same thing. Wherever possible, it is all about grouping the terms of w and z separately. So this is what the term we get. So as it is, now we can cancel this I plus 1 by I plus 1 by taking this minus inside this bracket. So when we do so, we get, this I plus 1 and this I plus 1 as a common term. You can take it out. So we have minus that into minus that plus 1. And in the denominator also I plus 1 as a common term, we have z plus 1. So this I plus 1 and this I plus 1 gets cancelled. So we have w is equal to 1 minus z by 1 plus z. So this is our bilinear transformation which is required. So in this problem, it has asked us to find the fixed points, that is the invariant points, which can be obtained by substituting w is equal to z in the answer which we have obtained. So put w is equal to z. Minus z plus 1 by z plus 1 is as it is. So do the cross multiplication. Z square plus z is equal to minus z plus 1. Take this minus z plus 1 towards the other side. So we get z square plus 2z minus 1, which is in quadratic equation. You need to find the roots of this. That roots can be found by using the factorization or by using the formula. So here we have used the formula minus b plus r minus root of b square minus 4ac by a by 2a. So we can substitute for corresponding coefficients, and this is what the expansion we get. So here root 8 can be written as 4 into 2. So I'll show you. Square root of 8 is nothing but square root of 4 into 2. So square root of 4 is nothing but 2 into root 2. So this can be written as 2 root 2, and 2 can be taken it out as a common term and cancel with the denominator. So we get minus 2 plus or minus 2 root 2 by 2. So 2 can be taken it out and cancel with the denominator. This is what the term we get. So once we are going to take plus and the other time we are going to take minus. These are the fixed points of the bilinear transformation which we have obtained. So getting the bilinear transformation is very, very important. Getting the bilinear transformation in a correct way is very, very important. If there is a small mistake happens there, your fixed points also becomes the wrong value. So you have to be very careful. So it's better to check before going to the substitution of w is equal to z in order to find the fixed points. So see another problem. This is quite different from other. So in the previous problem, we had a value for z as infinity. So here in this problem, we have w value as infinity. So one of the point which has been given for w is infinity. So given us, it has asked us to find the bilinear transformation that maps z1 is equal to I, z2 is equal to 1 and z3 is equal to minus 1, which are going to be mapping onto the points w is equal to 1, w2 is equal to 0 and w3 is equal to infinity. So consider the given points, and so here w3 is the point which has an infinity. So we have w3 here and we have w3 here. If we substitute them as it is, infinity by infinity, it is an indeterminate form and we will not be knowing any value. So we have to eliminate the problem causing element here. The problem causing element is w3. So from the numerator you can take out w3 as a common term. Otherwise this term is there as it is because there is no problem with that, so we'll keep it as it is. So from this term take out w3 as a common term. So you get w2 by w3 minus 1. In the denominator also there is a w3 which can be taken it out. So we get 1 minus w by w3. So we can cancel this w3 and this w3, and here we get, let us substitute and see. So here w minus w1 is 1 and 0, w2 is 0 by infinity minus 1, and 1 minus 0, 1 minus w by infinity. Anything by infinity is 0. So anything by infinity is 0. This is 0, this is also 0. So we will have this entire term as it is, and here we get minus of w minus 1, and here we get 1 minus 0, 1 into 1. So that is what we have written here. And next result, cross multiplication and cross multiply them and simplify. So group out w terms and the z terms. So take w as a common term here. We have I minus 1 into, take out I minus 1 as a common term, z plus 1, and here z minus I plus z minus 1I, and I plus 1 into z minus 1 plus I. So this is what the expansion we had got it. So from this and from this term you can take out z, so you get I plus 1 into z, and minus of 1 plus I. So from this we have this term. So simplifying further, w is equal to the LHS term as it is. This term we have transferred towards this side. So multiply the terms. So multiplying the terms to simplify further, as it is not possible to simplify. So what we have done is we have rationalized the denominator. So multiply and divide by I minus 1. So minus I minus 1, we are going to multiply in the numerator and denominator. So here I minus 1 by I minus 1 we have taken it for the simplification purpose only. So otherwise we will not result in anything. So this I minus 1 into I minus 1, it becomes I minus 1 whole square and remaining as it is. So here this is in the form of a plus b into a minus b. So it is a square minus b square, I square minus 1. I square is nothing but minus 1. And in the denominator also, when we expand it, this I minus 1 whole square by using a minus b whole square, we get this expansion. So proceeding further, so this extra term multiplying and dividing is only for the purpose of simplification. 2 and 2 can be cancelled, z minus 1 by z plus 1 we have, and minus and minus also gets cancelled. So this 1 by I can be taken to the numerator, it becomes minus I, and w is equal to, take out minus again and make it as a positive 1. 1 minus z by 1 plus z into I. This is the required bilinear transformation. So we'll see another example. Here the case is z also having an infinity, w is also having an infinity. The previous two problems was once we had z as an infinity and once we had a w as infinity. Whereas here both z and infinity, z and w are having the infinite points. So this asked us to find only the bilinear transformation. So take z1, z2, z3, w1, w2, w3. Write down the formula and make a substitution. So here, which is the point? Z1 is a point which is having infinity. So Z1 must be eliminated here as well as here. Similarly, W3 is a point which has an infinity. So W3 here and W3 here must be eliminated. How do we do it? Take them out as a common term. So when we do so, we get so W minus W1 into, so we can take out W3 out. So we get W2 by W3 minus 1 divided by denominator W1 minus W2 into, here we can take out W3 as a common term. So we get 1 minus W by W3. Okay. So similarly from this, there is an point z1 is equal to infinity. Z1 must be eliminated. So take out z1 as a common term. In the numerator, we get z by z1 minus 1 into z2 minus z3 divided by, again z1 can be taken out. So we get 1 minus z2 by z3 into z3 minus z1, z. So this is what the term. So substitute the suitable points which have been given in the problem for us. So once we do so, so we get I by infinity and here z by infinity, I by infinity. And if the infinity comes in the denominator, 1 by infinity is 0, we all know very well. So this term becomes 0, this term becomes 0, this term becomes 0 and this term becomes 0. So we have w into minus 1 and we have minus I into 1 and here we have minus 1 into I and I into minus that. So cancel out all the minuses wherever it gets cancelled and this is what the expansion we get. W by I is equal to I by Z, and we can cross multiply and get the required answer. So this is how all the different kinds of problems that we are trying to cover in this tutorial session, and hope you all have understood deep about the bilinear transformation. So thank you.